Let's go live to our Sky News regular and former Labor Minister Graham Richardson. It's certainly a very different China-Australia relationship than what it was a couple of years ago, Richo.
Oh, it is indeed. Obviously, there were difficulties under Scott Morrison, and it always takes a little bit of time to overcome those sort of things, but I think it's been done. I thought the reaction to everything that's happened today has been really good. There's no doubt that both sides have worked hard on making sure that when these two people of great importance come together, that most of the differences that can be solved had been.
It's a huge operation, this, as well, when you look at it from the diplomatic level and getting all of the various protocols in place inside the building to outside the building and the massive security presence. There was a big gathering, Richo, out the front of those pro-China and those campaigning for Tibetan rights and the Falun Gong and other groups who are very much anti the Chinese Communist Party. So a lot goes into this.
It does indeed. I mean, I remember the Ceausescu, when he came out here, wanted the police to shoot the demonstrators. I don't think that we've been asked for that today, which is good. That's a step forward. I think the Chinese have got to accept the fact that in a democracy like ours, you are going to have dissent, and that dissent will be permitted.
Yes, that's right. The acceptance of our democratic ways they don't extend to having questions asked, and you wouldn't expect that at this with the Chinese leadership. The Prime Minister, though, I think it's smart to do this. He will hold a news conference later in the day where he will be asked by members of the Fourth Estate various questions, and that is a good thing for him to do after the events around the Chinese leadership and their visit.
Oh, yeah, and it's always playing to his strengths because he's very good at that sort of thing. And I think it's smart to do it. It also, of course, in the background quietly, it highlights one of the differences between the two countries. One's democratic and one isn't, and that does become obvious at times.
It does. Now, let's look at the polling out today. A couple of polls that show Peter Dutton has narrowed the gap, or in one, taken the lead as preferred Prime Minister. And on the economic management issue, that the coalition lead over Labor has extended, both on the economic management and on managing cost of living pressures. Is this inevitable, given how tough it is for so many right now?
Yeah, I think at this stage of the political cycle, it's pretty normal. You know, if he wasn't doing well at this point, I think we'd all be saying the fella's finished. Let's look at Angus Taylor or someone else. But we're not saying that. I think Dutton's done well, and the polls are agreeing with that assessment.
And on the economic front, the fact that Labor has seen that lead for the coalition extended, is this because of those rate rises fundamentally? Is that how you see it?
Oh, I think that's probably the main cause. But there's always this, mid-term lull where governments dip. That's pretty normal, and you don't have to worry about it if you Labor too much. I think as time goes by, Albo's numbers will pick up again. He's the likeable sort, and I don't think that people are ready to dump him just yet.
Graham Richardson, thank you. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week.
Good, mate.